No one would believe me, but at times I would choose wartime in Saigon over peacetime in Alabama. Hi, my name is Julie, and welcome to my YouTube channel where I help parents and teachers find the next right book for their 8 to 12-year-old reader. If videos like these are helpful, you can click that subscribe button down below. That way you don't miss out on future videos. And if you like today's book, you can give it a thumbs up. That way I know to find more books like this. I'd also recommend checking out the playlists. They're organized by genre and category and are a great way to find the next book for your reader. Now let's talk about today's book. Today's book is called Inside Out and Back Again by Thanhha Lai, and this is the story of Ha and her family who live in Saigon in the mid-1970s, and she's grown up there her whole 10 years, and so Saigon is all she knows, and there are so many things she loves about it: the markets, the fruit, and just how her family lives there. But with the end of the Vietnam War coming, her family decides they need to flee from Saigon before the war ends, and so they are forced out and they become refugees. They end up in Alabama, and life is incredibly difficult there. This is the story of how her family seeks to make a new life while still grieving the loss of the old one. Now, there are a few readers who I'd recommend this book to. The first one is fans of novels in verse. So as you can see, this book isn't written in the typical prose style, and so for kids who enjoy reading a novel in verse, this is an amazing story for them to read. I'd also recommend this book for fans of historical fiction, particularly for kids that haven't read much about the Vietnam War. I know personally I haven't read many middle grade books about the Vietnam War, and so I think this is a great way to introduce kids to that important time period in history. I think through that, it also introduces them to what it looks like to be a refugee. And so for kids who are struggling to figure out, where do I belong? I think the themes of the book will really resonate with them as Ha and her family struggle to figure out where they belong in this new, completely different world of Alabama. I would also recommend this book if you are looking for a book that's going to prompt discussion. I think there are many different parts of this book that will prompt discussions on bullying and racism and immigration and what it means to have empathy. And so I think this book has really the potential to provide a lot of discussions for your class or your kids at home. Now, I do just want to point out, I think it's important to read the author's note at the end. This story is largely based on the author's own experiences, and so I think reading that makes the book even more powerful as kids realize this is not just a complete work of fiction, but actually something that happened to someone. So I would encourage you to go get your copy of Inside Out and Back Again, and happy reading!